Now, y'all can keep clapping for me because I didn't wear a bra to work all week. Oh, so good. I'm a preschool teacher. Yeah. They don't check. They don't check there at all. It's nice. I work for a very hippy-dippy preschool. I should tell you, I'm just a preschool teacher. I'm not a mom. I just like the mom look. So we're all on the same page. All right. The other week, my preschool decided to have muffins for Mom's Day. Because moms need muffins, guys. I don't know if you know this. So I didn't know it was fucking muffins for Mom's Day. I don't read my work emails. Especially if the subject line says muffins, that's trash to me. So I get to work, I see a mound of muffins in the break room, and I'm like, hell yeah, second breakfast. This is gonna be awesome. I grab the top muffin from the mound, the prettiest one. I grab it, I smell it, I turn around, and my boss stops me. She's right here. And she goes, excuse me, but those are just for moms. I dropped the muffin slow motion to the ground. I was like, what kind of Trump's America bullshit is this? Huh? Oh, you're building a wall of muffins now? I knocked over the wall of muffins. I was like, I can't have a muffin because I'm not a mom? Even though I'm with these kids more than the moms? More than the moms. Yeah. More than the moms. All damn day, all damn week, I can't have a muffin? I'm with these kids so much that they call me mom. Yeah, they call me mom. I have 10 3-year-olds and they all call me mom. And do you know why? Because every day before they go home, I kiss them on their cheeks and I say, bye, I'm your mom. Don't listen to the lady in the yoga pants. Yo soy tu mamá. And they believe me. They believe me. They walk out of there and they go, bye, Mom. Oh, when they call me mom in front of the real mom, it's what keeps me coming back every day. Makes that $9 an hour worth it. I love it. I love that moment with the mom where I'm just like, did she call me mom again? I don't know why she keeps doing that. I don't know. I mean, she's with me more. She has eyes. I don't know. I don't know. She's dumb. She's dumb.
I was at a party last summer. One of my friends gave me half a pill of ecstasy. I took it. It was smooth. I was enjoying myself. I don't know what it was about this particular batch, but it made me okay with pissing myself. Like the whole thing. And I was in line for the bathroom. I had all intentions of going the right way. My heart was pure, but then all the liquid fell out of my body. The whole batch fell out of my body. And I think under normal circumstances, if I pissed myself, I would have said, damn it, I just pissed myself. It's time to get out of here. But there was something about the exit. You know what? I pissed myself, but guess what? I'm about to dance this shit dry. Yeah, it's very exciting. Some of my jokes have music cues. It's fun. I want to do that punchline again. Dance that shit dry. That's very exciting. Y'all should try comedy. This is one of the benefits of it. Dance that shit dry. No. I see a woman, she looks very confused by the situation. Don't worry, you're just watching a man living out his dream in that joke. Right. I was online one day, I get a message from a friend. He says, Hannibal, I'm working on this movie. Scarlett Johansson is in this movie. And she said, you're one of her favorite comedians. I said, oh shit. Why didn't she just tell me? I'm easy to reach. Why would she? So now I'm psyched. I don't know what to do with that information. I can't hit her up. Hey, Scarlett, I heard. Where do we go from here? What's the next step? I didn't know what to do. Flash forward 2 months later, I'm in a club in New York. I see Scarlett Johansson is in the club. I'm with a friend that knows her. I say, hey man, introduce me to Scarlett. I heard she was a fan. But don't introduce me saying, here's Hannibal. I heard you're a fan. Introduce me regular style. And then we'll see how she plays it. And we go up, he says, Scarlett, this is Hannibal, Scarlett. She says, oh, Hannibal, I'm a huge fan of your stand-up. I said, thank you, Scarlett. I'm a huge fan of pictures of you. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You can't say that type of stuff to people. You think it, but you don't say it. It's social norms, you know? So we speak for a little bit. She was real cool. Flash forward 2 months later. I'm in the same club in New York. I'm in line for the bathroom, turn around, Scarlett Johansson is directly behind me. Turns out she's a dude. No. I see her. We speak briefly, you know, because we cool as fuck now. And I was next in line, she was right behind me. I think most dudes, you next in line for the bathroom, Scarlett Johansson, right behind you, you let her go ahead, but you know what? I'm not that dude. Not that dude. Sorry, I loved you in Avengers, but I still gotta piss, you know? Everybody in this world gotta piss, because in my mind, I'm thinking she might go, oh, wow, Hannibal didn't let me go to the bathroom ahead of him, most punk-ass dudes would have. I should totally suck his dick for that, right? You never know how stuff works. You never know how it plays out. But she went to the bathroom, I went to the bathroom. I think everything worked out for her in there. I feel like that night I might have blown my shot with her because I was pretty faded, and whenever she would walk past me in a club, I would go, Scarlett. Scarlett. So I don't think it's gonna work out with us, but you know, you live and you learn, you adjust your game, and you miss all the shots that you don't take. If you love something, you let it go. If it comes back, you know the rest of that stuff, man. Who knows what the future holds? For me and Scojo. One of my favorite things about coming back home to Chicago, I get to hang with my niece and my nephew. They're 6 and 8, or they were 6 and 8 when this joke was written. 6 and 8. I gave them both a couple bucks. Their father's a finance guy, so he's teaching them about money early on. He says, there's 4 different things you could do with that money. Names it. Buy something. What else? Save it. What else? Donate it. What's the last one? Invest it. And part of me wanted to say, you can also gamble that shit. Listen, the Bears are minus 3.5 points against the Titans. They're going to crush the Titans. That's a soft line. You need to get it before it moves up to 4. The running back is washed up. They got holes in the offensive line. I'll take it up to 6.5, honestly, if you can get it. 6.5. When I gamble on sports, it makes me wish horrible things on other teams' players. I have money on Game 7, Heat versus Spurs. It was tight in the fourth quarter. I started thinking, you know what? If Tim Duncan dropped dead right now, I feel like the Heat could rally around that. And maybe they'd be energized by Tim Duncan's sudden death and the Spurs wouldn't play so well because they're sad about it, you know? There'd be lots of grief-related turnovers. Just hella 5-second violations because Ginobili's holding the ball, just looking off into the distance, sadly. 5 seconds, Heat ball. Hell yeah, we're gonna cover. I'd be the worst courtside reporter. So Dwight Howard, how do you feel like your 12 missed free throws affect the people that bet the over? Sports frames my thinking in a weird way. I went to this poetry event in Charlotte. This woman got on stage. She said, this piece is dedicated to my sister. She's been in an abusive relationship for 17 years. I said, holy shit. So she's been getting her ass whooped for Kobe Bryant's entire career. The whole time, from him going on prom with Brandy, getting drafted by the Hornets, traded to the Lakers with Vlade Divac, coming off the bench behind Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones, winning the dunk contest in his rookie, and she was getting her ass whooped while all that was going on. Even when they won a couple championships and they brought in Karl Malone and Gary Payton, that didn't work out. They got swept by the Pistons. She was getting her ass whooped while all that was going on. Even doing the rape charge in Colorado, the 81-point game in Toronto, she was getting her ass whooped there. You telling me that Sasha Bowie just came and left, but she was still getting her ass whooped? That's not a joke about domestic violence. Although I see how you can see it that way. I understand. That's a joke about how I process the passing of time.
My dad, he drinks non-alcoholic beer. Don't do it, it tastes like shit. It's terrible. Like, I'm trying to drink less so I smoke more weed. That's how my math works. I was like, Dad, how do you drink this? He was like, yo, you just gotta put some vodka in it and it goes, right? Like, touche, father. And I know that sounds silly, like I made that up, but I do actually have a father. Just naturally fighting stereotypes. I can't help it. I overtip everywhere I go, even at Taco Bell. I'm like, nah, just keep it, man. That's all you, just keep it. I can swim. I can't dance, though. That's the bullshit. You can't do it. That sucks because apparently women can tell how good a guy is in bed by the way he dances. I feel like that's not fair. Because I can never make it through one song. Maybe that joke should last longer, I don't know. I learned a new dance when I moved to Minneapolis. I'm from Columbia, Maryland, which is in between Baltimore and DC, so I like to tell people I grew up in between crack and heroin, just to paint a picture. I learned a new dance when I moved to Minneapolis. It's called the field sobriety test. That's all they care about in Minneapolis is DWIs. You could be juggling babies, and they'll be like, put the babies down, sir, come and walk on this line for me. They don't give a fuck. I got a DWI, I had a cop, in Minneapolis with the whiskey plates. I had a cop threaten me with whiskey plates. I didn't know what they were. Like I said, I'm not from here, but I figured they're 2-for-1s. And then when you get a DWI, you have to get an ignition interlock system. That means you have to blow your car to start. So now I know how every girl I've ever dated feels. I gotta blow to start something. Too much whiskey, we're not going anywhere. Just me in the morning trying to start my car, just like, come on. Maybe if I tickle the pedals. A lot of my friends in Minneapolis say I get pulled over a lot, and a lot of people say it's because I'm black. I don't believe that, because I got pulled over by an African cop. He was Somali, pulled me over. It's like, let me see your ID. It's like, nigga, you first. I don't trust the shit. You have an accent. It's the first time I seen police lights on a pirate ship. I didn't really know how to. All right, guys, my name's Earl Elliott. Peace.
When I was a kid, I like to mimic commercials a lot, and there's this great commercial out right now where it's for makeup, and it's Melanie Griffith. She's getting all mad. She's like, don't deny your age, defy it. It's like taking on the beauty business from the inside. You go, working girl. I want to do one. I'd be like,
my old lip color could barely keep up with my busy schedule. The time it takes to notice the wide discrepancy between my salary and that of my male peers that have to reapply. And the seconds to count the number of women in high political offices, seated on corporate executive boards and featured in film and television over the age of 40. My lip color would be as invisible as this glass ceiling, only inches above my head. Hey, because I am worth it. And because holding myself to an impossible standard of beauty keeps me from starting a riot.
I love TV. My favorite show, I don't know if you guys seen this, Celebrity Homes.
With Suzanne Senna.
That's a great show. They'll have like some TV celebrity, like Meredith Baxter Burney, walking around her castle. She's saying stuff like,
This is the kitchen. This is where my heart is. My husband and I, we decided to move to Malibu because we just love the fresh air and the ocean, and to walk out on our own private beach was really important to us. But let's go take a look at the view.
see, I want to have my own show called Comedian Homes. We just go to the apartments of my friends.
This is the kitchen. This is where the bathroom, the bedroom, and this is really where the 400 square feet of my apartment is. And when I say we, I mean myself and my miniature hamster, Benita. We decided to move to downtown Los Angeles, Koreatown, because they don't check your credit references, and that was really, really important to us.
I support the ladies. I'm a ladyist. But sometimes it's hard when you work for like a lady boss, like especially when she tries to act like she's your friend. Calls you honey and sweetheart and girlfriend. Hey!
I want you to take a break, take a walk, get me a latte, and it's 2% milk. You should know that by now. I am having a party at my house this weekend, and I really want you to come and meet some really cute, really available men at the door. Park their cars, take their coats, and speak only when spoken to. I want you to know that I see us as equals, as partners. Even though I earn, 850% more than you do? Get that to me in a memo, because I've got to go drive aimlessly around Los Angeles looking for caves and tunnels from where I can call you with my cell phone.
Sometimes I get kind of a bad attitude at work. Stop being a team player. Forget why I started temping in the first place, which was to make a difference. Remember one day I was sitting in the employee kitchen drinking non-dairy creamers straight from the carton. And a girlfriend, she came out to me and she said, "Hey, Maria, I've been taking this class that's really changed my life. Would you like to come tonight? It's at 7:30 p.m. at the Doubletree Santa Monica. There's no obligation, and it's free." Sure, I'll join your cult. Always wanted to be in one, you know? Get to wear a uniform, you have any major life questions, check the manual. There is a God, there is a plan, and the spaceship is coming. So I went. They sat me down with the guru. She said,
Maria, what's something you want to make manifest in your life?
like a new car.
What do you really want?
A new car?
What do you really want?
Toyota 4Runner SR5 limited leather interior that runs on dreams and starlight. She got mad at me because I didn't have the cash for the brainwash weekend.
Ray, let's think of all the ways we can get $495 tonight. Do you have a charge card?
Nope.
Do you have something you could sell?
I bet my soul might be worth something.
Is there anyone you could borrow it from?
Oh man, if you could spot me.
Maria, what are you afraid of?
Bears.
What are you afraid of?
The North American grizzly.
What are you afraid of?
God, it's weird because I'm most afraid of being sucked into a crazy, creepy cult. Why? Why am I so afraid? Oh, man. She said I was afraid of success, which may in fact be true, because I have a feeling that fulfilling my potential would really cut into my sitting around time.
I was a kid and my voice changed. I've been told by people all over the country, people of different ethnicities, backgrounds, I've been told by people that I have an incredibly white voice. That's what they say. And people try to act like they can't hear it, but if I called and then showed up, you'd be surprised. Like, you know, every time even my laugh is like, ha ha ha. Like, every time I laugh, someone somewhere gets audited. Like, that's what the auditing is. You know? But I didn't realize how like white my voice sounded to people until I was in Louisiana, where I grew up, and I was running for the bus. And the bus in Louisiana is not like the bus anywhere else, because the bus in Louisiana comes once a year. It's a big deal. You need to make it knees to chest, okay? The stakes are high. I don't know if the bus stops. I've never been on it. But I was running so fast and so hard that I knocked down this old man. And I mean, I cleared him, okay? Normally I'd feel bad, but it's the closest my little body's ever come to football, so I was pretty excited. I was like, he might be dead. Look at me go. You know? But I did feel bad, so I let the bus go. I helped him up to his feet. It was this old black man, and I even realized that he was blind, so I saw his stick. So I grabbed his stick. I put his stick back in his hand, and I was like, sir, I'm so sorry. I hope you're not injured. You know, you came out of nowhere. Please forgive me. And then this old blind black man went, get your hands off me, honky! And I was like, sir. Sir, I'm black. I'm black like you. And he was like, nice try, cracker. Like there was nothing I could do. And I've never had to prove I was black for it, so I got mad, but then the madder I got, the whiter I sounded. Until the point where I was just standing in front of him like, by golly, I'm black, gosh darn it! There's nothing I could do. It was terrible. You know? I don't know how to talk to people. Like, it's a real thing. I have friends now, but the damage is done. When I was a kid, I'd just sit in my room and read encyclopedias, which is not a kid you want to talk to, you know? It was like, how's it going, sport? You want to know how many miles the Earth is from the sun? Oh, gosh. Get that away. You know what I mean? But now I'm used to being alone, so I'll just sit, I'll think about a thing, I'll sit and just be alone and thinking about the thing. But then when I talk to someone, they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I was thinking about this all day. Like, I ran through all the channels, all right? I'm not crazy, you're crazy, okay? I can't be crazy. You need to check. You're just finding out. I've been here, all right? Like, the best example I can give is I don't get in heated arguments with people over, like, race or religion or politics or anything, because all the stuff I care about is too dumb for anybody else to care about. Like, everyone is, you know what I mean? It's just me, you know what I mean? Just by myself. Like, the best example I can give is when you go to the bathroom and you wash your hands and then you go to dry your hands, but there's no paper towels, there's just that air dryer. Where is the air coming from? Where's the air coming from? That is bathroom air. That is ass air, all right? You might as well fart your hands dry if you're gonna dry your hands like that. So then I leave the bathroom. With my hands wet, you know? So then I shake people's hands like, why are your hand wet? Because I'm clean, okay? I'm not crazy, you're crazy, okay? I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Right? You know? Because I would just sit alone and read and think and read more and then have nobody to talk to and then read and then finally talk to somebody and they're like, oh God, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I read a lot of history books, you know, just sitting in my room, read a lot of world history, American history, Southern history, because I grew up in Louisiana, I just wanted to know. And one of the things I read that's always tripped me out, right, is that, like, after the Civil War, they let the slaves go. But the slaves still lived in the South. So you probably ran into your ex-slave, like, all the time. Which has got to be the most awkward ex-run-in in history. Just like, oh my God, there he is. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Hey! How are you doing? Are you mad? Like, what else? I mean, what's she gonna do? No lie, guys, I straight up, I had a nightmare one time. I had a genuine nightmare that I was a slave, which wasn't even the worst part of the nightmare. The worst part is that I was the worst slave in human history. I was so bad. I was yelling at the slave master, like, I'm not trying to start a revolution, I can't pick it up, all right? No, I passed out from heat stroke twice today, okay? You can whip me if you want, but I'm anemic, so I will bleed out. And that's on you, okay? Oh, you're gonna kill me? Please kill me. Please kill me. I would love for you. This heat is what's killing me. I've had hay fever for 2 months. And then they moved me into the house, but they didn't teach me how to read, so I don't know any recipes. So the food is so bad that even the slaves are mad. Like, everyone is mad at me. And then I almost burned the house down trying to boil some water, you know? To the point where Massa comes up to me at the end of the dream, and he's like, look, look, I don't know what to do with you. You free, okay? Like, I can't. I woke up fired.
Portland, of course, is a very progressive city, one that does not spay or neuter its hippie population. So it's there is an overabundance. Yeah, Portland is a city where you can find the answer to the question, how many didgeridoos do you need to hear until you want to blow your brains out? Does anybody know the answer to that one? It's one. That's right. It's one. It's one didgeridoo. So I've had some weird experiences in Portland. Last time I was there, I was hanging out with a friend. He introduced me to his friend. Introductions are always weird for me because my name is Hurry, and that's constantly mispronounced. Hurry, Harry, right? Different ways to screw it up, and it leads to these awkward conversations. So this guy asked me what my name was, and I told him my name is Hurry. Hurry? No, it's Hurry. Hari? I'm like, look, I don't want to play this game right now, okay? Just make eye contact, say something close. I'll know you're talking to me. And he got really upset about this. Like, no, I want to get your name right, okay? It's important that I get your name right. Because people get my name wrong all the time, and I'm sick of it. I'm like, all right, man, what's your name? My name is Dave. Wait, did you just say your name was Dave? No, not Dave. My name is Dave. And so I hugged him. Yeah, I did. Here was a man who could relate to my secret pain. And after our embrace, I asked him, friend, why did your parents name you Dave? And he said, well, they didn't. They named me Dave, but last year I legally changed it to Dave. It's spelled D-E-Y-F. No. That is not my problem. That is a much different problem. That is a much larger problem. That is clearly a Portland, Oregon-based problem. Don't pretend. So, as I was exiting my apartment this evening, I saw parked out in front a hybrid Escalade. A hybrid Escalade. Come to terms with that reality. What kind of people are buying a hybrid Escalade? Well, you see, I'm an environmentalist, and my husband's a douchebag. And this is how we compromise to keep our sham marriage alive. I don't know, man. I don't know how much people are willing to concede to save the planet. Like, recently there was a story about Sun Chips, right? Sun Chips had biodegradable bags. Amazing, right? Like, corporate responsibility, it shows that they want to save the planet, fantastic. But then people started complaining that the bags were too noisy. So then they got rid of the biodegradable bags. Do you know what else makes a lot of noise? The end of the world. The hell is wrong with everybody? I don't know. I was on a plane recently. I was reading the in-flight magazine. The in-flight magazine for that particular trip was an environmental issue. Yeah. I was reading about the environment while sitting on a pollution machine that can fly. So I'm clearly cynical, but I'm bored, so I'm reading the first article. The first article is called Top 10 Endangered Places. Here's the first sentence. Climate change and tourism are threatening to destroy these natural wonders. Okay, I'm kind of surprised here. Clearly, tourism is in the best interest of the airline industry. Yeah, way to go, man. There's some responsibility, airline. But then I read rest of the sentence. Climate change and tourism are threatening to destroy these natural wonders, so you might want to plan a trip now before these sites are gone for good. We're screwed. We're screwed because some corporations are treating the planet like we're in second semester senior year. It's almost over. It.
I'm a millennial. They make us so embarrassed about it. It's always some baby boomer like, oh, my daddy used to punch me in the chest if I smiled. Okay. I'm sorry, my mom traveled all the way from Africa to America to raise me in an environment where I'm, happy. I'm sorry my parents figured out that child abuse is not a way to rear children. That's ridiculous. But it's always the same complaint. It's always some baby boomer like, oh, yeah, ooh. The Kardashians and avocado toast. I'm like, good. Avocado toast sounds like a baby boomer problem, actually. It sounds like things rich people can do, like home ownership and moral outrage at athletes. That's a you problem. I don't know. We can't be the worst that America's ever done. We can't be, because we used to own people. Women couldn't vote. If you was broke, you could send your little baby to work in a coal mine, and they come back home with a little black lung, little baby infant black lung. So maybe me buying Kim Kardashian's book of selfies is the best humanity's ever been. Maybe be a little nicer. I grew up in a neighborhood in Brooklyn called East New York. Have you guys heard of it? You've heard of East New York? Have any of y'all been to East New York? You've been to East New York? You from, well, you ain't from East New York, my nigga. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, I'm from a different dangerous neighborhood. Okay, nigga, I would have to take a train to my murder in your neighborhood. Not a lot of people have heard of East New York, so I had to Wikipedia it just to let my friends know who I am deep inside. Okay, these are the celebrities that come from East New York. You ready? All right, Henry Hill from Goodfellas. Okay, so now we got two rappers, AZ, not Jay-Z, AZ. And Uncle Murder. This guy is the brother of the mother of murder.
And like I said, as a man, you don't realize how broke you are until you add a woman to your life. Because on your own, you're on a struggle bus. It ain't looking good. Because ladies, think about how your man lived when you first came into his life. He ain't had no extra nothing. He had one towel, one plate, one bowl, one spoon. Like, hey, whenever you done eating your rice, can I borrow your plate? Because I don't want to eat all my rice out my hand. She at your house eating rice like sunflower seeds whenever you done. It's Jasmine, this is so good. And single men, we don't have no, like our house be look like every single man house look the exact same. We got that little starter kit furniture, the fake black leather. You know what I'm talking about? You be scared to sit on the couch with your keys. Cause if you sit on that couch, you gonna rip it in half. You're like, oh man, I'm sorry. You got some tape, I'm gonna put your couch back together. I should've took my keys out, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have did that. We ain't got no entertainment center, we just got a center. Flat screen is supposed to be on the wall, hanging out, having a good time. No, the flat screen on the floor like a homeless man. Like, how you doing, brother? You want to Netflix and chill? You sure? I know the password next door if you want to hang out. All right, bless you, brother. All right, cool. You ran out of soap, too, if you need it. Like, what is going on? Freaking weird. Every single man house look the exact same. We got that same little cheap touch lamp in the corner, you know what I'm talking about? Not the good one from Target. The one from Target, it got confidence to it. It's sturdy, got some posture behind it. We get the cheap one from Big Lots. The one got the little lean to it. Ladies, you be scared to touch it because you don't know what's gonna happen. The lamp got the smooth criminal lean. Like your lamp needs some calcium. I don't know what's going on right now. Also, too, fellas, if you broke, stay away from the ATM machine. The ATM machine will tell your business in front of everybody. Because working in the industry, you got a special kind of broke. You ever had a kind of broke where you ain't necessarily broke, you just ain't got it on you? Like, you did the job, but you waiting on the check. Like, hello, just me? Just me? Well, you got to call the office every day like, hey, y'all cut the checks yet? Okay, call back at noon. Well, I'm off. I can just stay on hold. I'm good. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm good. For real, because the ATM machine will tell your business. My girl was like, ooh, we should go to the Cheesecake Factory. I was like, give me a second. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. $17. Ah. Woo! Okay, they gonna make me take a whole 20 out. I don't know when they started doing that. Wow. A solid 20. I don't know when they started, man. Must be some new policy they got. This. A full 20. Okay, ain't no decimals or nothing. Okay, no 5s or 10s or nothing. Ain't no decimal? Okay, fast cash. Let's see. Boop. Okay. Woo! 20, 40, 60. That ain't it. All right. Let's see. Savings. Boop. Negative 200. Woo! All right. And the broker you are, the ATM machine started telling your business in front of everybody. You like, broke, 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 broke. Struggle, broke, broke, broke. Nigga, broke, broke, broke. Broke, ain't got it. Trump, Trump, broke, nigga, broke, 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 broke. And the broker you are, the more you read everything on the screen. You ever notice that? You try to buy time, you like, all right, deposits from 4 to 7. You need Chase.com, you need Chase. Struggle. I was reading so long, I got comfortable. All right, deposits from 4 to 7. Chase.com. Refinance my rent. It's terrible. Then I felt bad because I get up with no cash, no receipt, nothing. I had to explain myself. Man, this machine be tripping, man. They gonna make you take a whole 20 out. I don't know when they started doing that. There was an old black man behind me in line with a dead eye. He was like, the power of the Black Panther has been stripped away. I was like, freaking terrible. I ran back to the car. I'm stressed out. My girl's like, hey, you still ready to go to Cheesecake? I'm like, you wanna go feed the ducks? We should go feed the ducks.
No, I don't hold a lot of beliefs, just sort of in general, but I do believe this. Everyone should be my exact same age, no older, no younger. Everyone is perfect in their own way, but younger people are bad. Yes, even slightly younger people are bad. Everyone should be my exact same age, no smarter, no dumber. Everyone should be born on the same day, and they should have the same mother. They should all be named Marsha, and they should look exactly like me. Everyone should be me. Yeah. Come on. Woo. When people don't understand my references, I freak out, I lose control. When you told me you were 22, I remembered that time forgets us all. Woo! Everyone should be my exact same age and no more successful. Your success actually does mean less for me, and that's disrespectful. Everyone just relax and give your success to me. Everyone just be me. You make me remember that I'm gonna die and that people will move on faster than I would like. Yeah. Come on. All right, everyone. Everyone should be my exact same age. Everyone should be my exact same age. Look under your chairs, there's a pill that I want you to take. Everyone should be my exact same age. Everyone should be. Everyone should be. Everyone should be. Sorry. I'm just like, I'm always so scared I'm not gonna hit that last note, but I always do. I always do.
She also loves award shows, celebrities. I watch every red carpet with her. They are so wildly boring. Just the same question over and over again. Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? It could be so much more interesting if they left off the word wearing. And they were like, who are you? You watch Vin Diesel have an existential crisis? He's like, I'm Vin Diesel. No one's ever asked me that before. I don't know who I am. Oh, I'm overheating. She's 8 years younger than me. I'm 34, but when we first started dating, I was 30, she was 22. I knew what I was getting into. Every now and again, she's gonna act her age. When she did, I let it slide. But friends of mine will get so mad. They'd be like, you're just gonna let her behave like that? You're not gonna say something? I'd be like, don't tell me how to race my girlfriend. Dare. Effort. We've been together about 3 or 4 years now, and no more condoms. Huh? Pretty cool. She stopped wearing them. Way more comfortable. I don't know why people get embarrassed to buy condoms. They're always like, well, then people are gonna know what I'm using that for. Yeah, by that logic, I'm more embarrassed to buy a computer. I know what I'm using that for. That's a lot more money on a much sadder sexual experience. $10 to maybe get laid, or $1,200 to definitely masturbate. I'm not very good at sex. People are telling me, that's how I'm finding out. They're like, yuck. Oh. It's because I haven't had a lot of one-night stands. That's how you get good at something. You do it a lot in a variety of environments. I've been in a couple long-term relationships. That just teaches you how to get good for one person. Then you break up with them, you're with a new person, they're like, you're not very good at this. You're like, well, it's kind of a tailored act. Curated for not your vagina, I don't know. And I only care, I just want to be skilled for whoever I'm going to be with forever. It's all for their benefit. That's why I wish more girls would have slept with me when I was single. I could have really improved, and for a great cause. So, think about that. When you turn down a nice guy right now, you're hurting a good woman in the future. Don't complain, men are bad in bed. Be the change in the world you want to see. I think you could tell how mature you are as a person just by how you handle your internet security questions on your passwords. I used to work at Apple. I had an E-Trade account. One of my questions was, what's your dream occupation? I wrote sucking my own dick. But, you know. But then a year went by, I forgot my password. And it's a stock account. I had to call them up. So I'm on the phone with the lady. We're going through all the steps. She's like, okay, Mr. DeVito, one more thing before we reset your password. And then she must have looked down at my answer because I felt it hit her. She's like, What is your dream occupation? I had to be like, I didn't say sucking my own dick, did I? She was like, yeah, you did. Thank God I got it right. How much weirder would that have been? She's like, what's your dream occupation? I'm like, did I say sucking my own dick? She's like, nope, you wrote architect.
Then I got a 12-year-old daughter. I don't know what I did that was so bad that I had to get this one here. She the kind of 12-year-old that you'll Google the jail time. She the kind of 12-year-old that say something slick to you, and you look at her and be like, if I fight you, I'm gonna have to do 72 hours in jail. And social service is gonna take you for 30 days. You know what? I kind of need that break. Knuckle up, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I need that break. She 12. She going through puberty. She gonna come to me one day with most outrageous thing she could ever say. She goes, Mom, I'd like to go to Victoria's Secret. I was like, well, what kind of lotion you need? What you want from Victoria's Secret? She goes, no, I don't want lotions or lip gloss. I want bras. I want like a matching bra and panty set because when my friends are changing in gym, everybody like matches and I don't. And I just want to, it's not even really that expensive. There's like 40, 50 bucks a bra. We could just get me a couple sets. I turned into Tracy. I was like, well, you got me if you think I'm about... I said, I'm not buying you no Victoria's Secret bra. She goes, why not? I said, because you don't have Victoria's Secret titties yet. You got me. She goes, well, what does that mean? That means you got Walmart titties. Shut your little Walmart titty ass down right here. You better take this black, white, and beige bra for $4 and sit your ass down. She think her titties is better than mine. I'm walking around here with a Ross bra on. My straps ain't even the same size, and you think the hooks in the back of my bra is 3, then 2, then 1. Like, my titties are fucked up right now. You think your titties is better than mine? Got me messed up. Then I got a 4-year-old. Somebody said, oh, shit. Because I'm not from here, I'm from New York. You know, when I first moved here, everybody was like, you gotta go to Vegas. Go to Vegas, turn up Vegas, yes, Vegas, go, Vegas, the lights, casinos, everything's turn Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, it don't. No, it don't. What happens in Vegas is 4 right now. That's what happens in Vegas. I tried to take her back. They was like, no, be more responsible and take this goddamn baby with you.
I was just in Austin, Texas. Anybody ever been to Austin, Texas before? All right. Good, nobody. I was there for 3 days. I was in Austin for 3 days. I ate nothing but amazing barbecue, tacos off taco trucks. I don't think I had a vegetable in 3 days in Austin, Texas. I got back to my apartment in New York, and I pooped. Sure, it's funny already. That was pretty good already. What if the joke ended right there? Would that be pretty good for everybody? You like that? Good. I wish. These next few jokes are just going to be a bunch of places I've been to and whether or not I pooped when I got back, okay? Welcome to my 30-minute special. I could do that. I could definitely do that. After 3 days in Austin, I got back to my apartment in New York and I pooped foam, okay? Foam came out of me. It happened one time and I was back to normal, but it scared me so much that I went on WebMD and Google to see if it ever happened to anybody else, right? So I'm Googling foam poop, all right? We've all done that. Nothing comes up. Stuff comes up, but not what you're looking for, right? Like weird stuff comes up. I Googled foam butt. I'm not proud of this. While I was on Google, I Googled butt poop, and I did. And if you Google butt poop, you'll also learn that butt poop is the most common kind of poop. But I couldn't find one instance of anybody saying foam came out of them. The internet is huge. You can find literally everything on the internet. You can go to Yahoo Answers and type in, why can't I get my balls pierced at Claire's? And somebody has answered that question. They really have. There's 4 paragraphs on Yahoo Answers on why you can't get your balls pierced at Claire's at the mall. I didn't even read the whole thing because it's so long. It's got something to do with sterilization in the gun, I guess. It's not important. What's weird to me is somebody took the time to write that response. It's weird that somebody asked that question, too, and it was me, but somebody took the time to, like, really write out a well-thought-out response. You can find that, but you can't find one report of somebody saying foam came out of my body and this is what I did about it. And I realized the only place I've ever heard of foam coming out of anybody is, do you guys remember the Diarrhea Song? From when we were kids, or maybe you have kids. You remember the Diarrhea Song? When you're running to first and your pants are gonna burst, diarrhea. We know this song. I know you know it, because my mom knows it. She doesn't know any songs. It was my parents' wedding song, actually, okay? When you're running to first, your pants are gonna burst. When you're running home, that's right, your pants are full of foam. You're gonna be on TV saying that. How do you feel about that? Your pants are full of foam. Diarrhea. When I was a kid, that was a silly verse to a silly song. Now that it had happened to me, I realized the guy who wrote that song, that came from a real place. Austin, Texas. I got some serious issues with the Diarrhea Song, by the way. Run into first, pants are gonna burst. Running home, pants are full of foam. I'm on board. Those things have happened to me. Do you know what happens when he's running to third? Juicy turd. Ah, Juicy Turd. I grew up with Big Turd, but there are regional variations to the song, but that's pretty good. You feel a juicy turd, you feel a big turd. Either way, guess what? That's not diarrhea, is it? That is a turd. That is the opposite of diarrhea. I also want to know why the guy in the song is always playing baseball. I always want to know that. And I know there's other verses to the song. I know there's when you're driving in your Chevy and you feel something heavy. I know that verse. But even as a kid, I knew that guy was driving to the baseball game, okay? It's always baseball. Finally, I want to know why he rounds all the bases. I always want to know that. There's no verse that says he hits a home run. It's a series of hits, and then you go to the next base. Even if you get a double, even if you hit a double and you're running to first and your pants are gonna burst, guess what? You stop at first. And you get a pinch runner. It's got a whole other poop connotation by itself. And you go home and you push fluids until you're healthy enough to play a whole baseball game without shitting your pants. I like to throw a 5-minute diarrhea joke early in the set and just kind of see where we're at as an audience. Don't give me that sign. That means asshole, and that's what that means. It's like a little clenched butthole is what you're doing right now.
Turn this motherfucker up, because I wrote this song for you, bitch! Hold it! There he was, just a-standing on the street with them lazy blue eyes. Was he looking back at me? I said, boy, where you going? Don't care where you been. You wanna drink, fucking love. It's a win-win-win. I can tell by the way you walk. What you gonna do to me? I can tell by the way you talk. Oh shit, you're gonna give it to me. So please take my number. I'll tell you where I live. Gonna leave the light on. Give. What I gotta do. What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth. What I gotta do. What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth. Hot, sweet, and sticky, like Mrs. Buttersworth. Lick your finger, stick it in, and get your money's worth. You're a big tough daddy with a loaded gun. Whip it out, slap it down, and let your motor run. I'm gonna let it rip to the tippy top. Shit starts popping, ain't no way to make it stop. Oh, what I gotta do. What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth. You ever seen a pussy before? Bullshit! I said,
what I gotta do? What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth?
I said, what I gotta do? What I gotta get that dick in my mouth.
What I gotta do? What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth?
Who needs Tinder? What I gotta. Shh.
What I gotta do?
Where's Jonah? Where's Jonah? What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth? Brody! What I gotta do?
What I gotta do to get the dick in my mouth?
That's right! What I gotta do? What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth? Shh! What I gotta do? What I gotta do to get that dick in my mouth? Melton!
good to be here, man. I was in Baltimore last week. Yes, Baltimore is a good city. I love that city. It's kind of a rough city, but I love it. I take my DVD there. It's a cool city. And I had kind of a surreal situation there. And I don't overuse the word surreal, but this was definitely surreal. I had written this joke about movies, and I was gonna do some crowd work to get into it. And I don't know if y'all been to Baltimore, but it's kind of like an urban city. So these three young black dudes, gold fronts in the front. I asked this black dude, it didn't matter what he said. I was like, what's your favorite movie, bruh? And what he said to me changed my life. I was like, what's your favorite movie? And he was like, my favorite movie is called And the Band Played On. And I was like, see? That's why you can't stereotype. Because I would have never thought a 21-year-old black dude from South Baltimore favorite movie would be a documentary about the first AIDS patient. So I'm like, forget my joke, F that, that's gone. I gotta figure out how this came to be, why this is his favorite movie. So I'm formulating the question, I'm like, well, how did that be? And without missing the beat, the dude goes, I mean drumline. That's a real person on this planet that A, doesn't know the name of his favorite movie and mixed up those two movies. You know? That'd be like me asking a 95-year-old white dude, like, what's your favorite movie? He's like, New Jack City. I mean, Bridges in Madison County. I get my cities and my counties messed up. My bad, homie. It was even weird just leaving Baltimore because I took the red eye out. And, you know, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm about to get on the jetway, and as I'm dead tired, I just, like, kind of hand the chick my ticket, and I look at her name tag, and her name was Erica, which isn't a big deal. But she spelled it, and I swear to God, A-I-R-E-E-K-A. Erica. Let that shit soak in. And I'm like, look, if you have a kid, you can name it whatever you want, but clearly we can't handle that. So I got an idea. Whenever you have a baby, right before you take him out of the hospital, right before you walk out those double doors, right before you do, you gotta put your baby's name into Google. It's brilliant. Because if Erica's parents would have done that, Google would have shot back, did you mean... Please tell us you mean. I taught middle school for 5 years, man. I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know if we got parents out there, if you guys have like young, because I taught middle school science, and if you guys have like young kids in middle school, and like you have a young teacher, like I'm 34 now, but when I was teaching, I was in my mid to late 20s. If you got a young teacher, you need to slip them an extra 50 at Christmas or something. Because we are the last line of defense between your beautiful daughter and her punk ass boyfriend and his lies. You know what I'm saying? Because my students, they be coming to me like, Mr. Jackson, my boyfriend said I can't get pregnant with my eyes closed. I'm like, that's a lie. My wife fell for that. That's a lie. But I did used to be able to do cool stuff for my kids. Obviously, you know, Black History Month, man, I would have my kids do a report on a famous black scientist. And when you say that in the hood, you get 35 hands like, can we do Dr. Dre? It's like, no. He's not a scientist. But I mean, y'all got brothers and sisters at home, you know, they just little people just like us. You got overachievers, underachievers. And I taught in Miami, so I had mostly black and Latin kids. But I had 3 white kids and I had 1 white dude. He was like a smart kid. He could have got A's, but he got D's and F's because he didn't give a shit. To the point where you as an adult had to respect it like you don't give a shit. Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But for Black History Month, this is not a joke. He went all out, did his report. He comes to me, he's like, Mr. Jackson, I'm gonna read my report in front of the class. And I'm a teacher, I ain't got nothing to teach. I'm like, do that. Kill 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And this kid gets in front of my class. This is my hand on my grandmother's life, God rest her soul. The first words out of his kid's mouth, he's in front of my class, like I'm in front of y'all, he goes, my report is on the Wright brothers. And I'm like, y'all were like, you expecting a joke to come? Or somebody trying to be funny? No joke came. He read it front to back. It was factual. It was well written. He walked to his desk, you know, put it on my desk, walked to his desk. I know y'all think I'm a comedian. I said some funny shit. I didn't say a thing. I was like, think about the balls on this kid. He walked into a black man's classroom during Black History Month and did a report on 2 white dudes and just threw it on my desk like, nailed it, and walked away. Which is some gangster shit to do. And I didn't say anything the whole class, and I'm driving home, and I'm like, yo, was he trying to be funny? Was he trying to start some shit? Like, yo, he just saw the word brothers and did 2 pages.
You guys seem like you're doing pretty well. I am not doing as well. I recently broke up with my girlfriend, so. Thank you. You know, we just didn't have anything in common, do you know what I mean? Like, but when that happens, you have to try to compromise, right? So, like, I tried to compromise with her. Like, I remember one time I was like, look, if you go with me to my Lord of the Rings fan fiction meetup group, I'll go with you to this ultrasound thing. Her thing was boring. It was boring. It was really boring. But now I don't have anybody to have sexual intercourse with, you know. I'll tell you guys the hottest place I ever made love to my ex. I'll tell you specifically, the hottest place that I ever made love to my ex-girlfriend. We were in my hometown. I'm from Morgantown, West Virginia. And one thing led to another, and we ended up having sex in my childhood bedroom. So. But we got in huge trouble because I forgot to tell her that she had to be quiet because my family does not live in that house anymore. She got arrested. I got out the window. I never saw her again. I mentioned I'm from West Virginia. Now, I don't have much of an accent, but people where I grew up, they talk different than we talk here. For example, a lot of people I knew growing up used the word yuns. Has anybody heard the word yuns? It's a contraction of you and ones. If you haven't heard it, I'll use it in a sentence so you know how it would be used. How you would use yuns in a sentence. Hi! Yuns want to go to the puddle we sit in? Hi, Yuns! I finally found a stick we can use to hit that cat. Hi, Yuns, guys! I found a pile of dirt we can marry. And I grew up with a kid who lived with his grandma, and he called his grandma his mongie. That's a real thing. And she would get us those Kool-Aid drinks called Squeeze-Its. Do you remember those? But she'd call them Squeezies. So a conversation in that house would go, hey, Nate, tell your mongie to get us a squeezy. Yuns want a squeezy? Yes, thank you, mongie. Well, be that as it may, that part of the country needs help because they're dying. A way of life is dying. My dad, he works at Walmart. Now, sometimes when I tell that to people, they react very snobbily. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I would say, hey, my dad works at Walmart, and this is how they react. They're like, oh, what's that like? And I don't know how they expect me to respond. Like, am I supposed to am I supposed to be like, oh, I know. I mean, he gave me life and supports everything I do, but the whole time I was like, get a better job. Inevitably, they always ask, every time, they always go, well, what does he do at Walmart? Yeah, implying that if I don't say president of the company, my dad is a piece of shit. So when they ask that, when they go, well, what does he do at Walmart? I always go, oh, he works in the children's guns department. I want to tell one final story. I'm obviously in very crummy shape, and laugh it up. This has been going on for a while. When I was in college, I took a 6 a.m. health and wellness class. Because that's when I could fit it in my schedule. Now, when you take the 6 a.m. health and wellness class, you're in there with the health and wellness majors. Like, these are people who want to be healthy and well for a living. And my thing was, I'll just stay up all night and go. So, it shows you where I was health-wise. So one day we're in there, and, they ask us, they say to me and this very fit, very beautiful girl sitting beside me, they go, tell us one bad health habit you have and one good health habit you have. So the girl beside me, she goes, bad health habit, I eat between meals. And I was like, is that a thing? Is that something? Because I don't know about you, but for me, the day is just one meal. It's just meal, sleep, meal. Like right now, this is a meal. I'm having a meal. I have cheese in my pockets. So then she goes, good health habit, I jog 5 miles every day. And I was like, we'll pin a rose on your nose. You insufferable bitch. And then it was my turn, and I said, bad health habit, I smoke. And when I said that, everyone in the class acted like I was picking my scabs and eating them. You guys don't smoke? I enjoy smoking. Then I had to do good health habit, but I couldn't think of one. So I said, good health habit, I take a shower every day. Thank you, guys.
I'm in LA, but before this, I was living in New York. Yeah, lots of New Yorkers here. He lives in Manhattan, I can tell. Kill him. No. In New York, I feel like when I first moved to New York, like my family was so impressed. You know, they were like, "Oh my God, like, how do you like the Big Apple? Are you taking a bite out of it?" And I was like, "I love it." But I really hated it for a long time, so long. Just 'cause like teenagers, rats, my biggest fears everywhere. You know, everywhere. I was on the subway once, and there's 2 groups of teenagers got on, and they were engaged in this like really heated back and forth, and it was like a lot of people, it was really crowded, and everybody was scared that it was gonna get physical, but no one was more scared than me, you know, because like I look like one of these kids, you know, like I'm in my 30s, this is my face, you know, I'm a book bag away from someone going, "Hey, it's that bitch from Emerson Middle, get her," you know. These kids are wild. They've seen too much. But I'm not telling these stories to like my immigrant family. I'm just making things up, stealing other people's story. Like, oh, we saw the nanny in Times Square. I've only seen one episode of that show. My ex-boyfriend, it was his favorite show. He's white, but you knew that when I said the nanny was his favorite show. I also want any of the people of color in the room to know that I started that relationship in the Obama era. I would never do that now. Come on. 2 Muslim bands, get the fuck away from me, you know? No, thank you. It was a different time. It was post-racial, you know? Try out a white man. Try out hot yoga. It was crazy. We've all learned, you know? We learned a lot. Towards the end, Black Panther came out. I felt like, this is an oppression of me, you know? I felt like a sign, you know. I went with 2 of my other friends who are Black and him, and at the end, everyone's doing that social media thing of taking the picture, you know, with the Wakanda pose in front of the movie poster, and I was like, oh God, what would he do? Please don't do it. And he was like, yeah. So, he's a good person, you know. I still cropped the shit out of that picture, but I sent him one just for you, you know. No one else. Now my boyfriend is Black. We love each other. We love Martin, seasonings, Meryl Streep. You know, it's very Black. But I'm Rwandan. I moved here in the late 80s with my family, but my mom moved here and she was like already in her late 20s, early 30s. You know what I mean? Like she's been through a lot, racism, xenophobia. She was pregnant with my siblings when we came, but she's endured all of that, which is so much strength and grace. but she raised me in the West End. Weekly, I'll call her and I'm like, Mom, I woke up sad this morning and I didn't know why. It's gross, you know. How dare I, you know? But she's so supportive, you know. She's a great mom, a devoted Catholic. She's always like, oh no, have you prayed? And I'm always like, I'm agnostic, so maybe. She fucking hates that joke. But you know who does love it? God. And I know that because I'm not dead yet. I don't spoil the Bible for any heathens out there, but if God doesn't like you, you fucking know. Old Testament, is that cotton and wool? You're dead, you know. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But I went to a psychiatrist, and for those of you who are like, I'm happy, what's that? It's like, shut the fuck up. No, you go to a person, you tell them all the deep, dark secrets you can't tell your friends. They throw pills at you, and some days you feel all right. It's pretty tight. Would recommend if you can get there, out of your bed, you know, out the house. But first question he asked me pretty early, he was like, do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, a relationship? I was like, yeah. He was like, do you love him? And I was like, what did he say? I don't say it first. He didn't think that was amusing. So also taken back. He's like, that's a little inappropriate given the setting. And I was like, but doctor, all the worlds will stay. Okay, inappropriate. Yep. He was like, do you do drugs? And I was like, ah! It's inappropriate. I'm getting this. Yep. I paid a lot of money. Towards the end, though, he got really serious. We were having a good time. And then he was like, do you suffer from suicidal thoughts? And I was like, yeah, like, honestly, like, that's a big part of why I came. I have those thoughts. But whenever I think about what it would do to my friends and family, it makes it something that's impossible to go through with. And this man looked at me and then looked at his notepad and he was like, not if you're determined. What? But now I kill myself so fucking bad.
Thanks a lot, I'm really good. No, I am, I'm one of the best, so. A lot of the other people tonight were telling jokes, and that's one way to go. I've had a pretty rough day. I've been waiting on some test results, and I'm supposed to get them texted to me. They're not for me, they're for my grandmother, but so instead of doing jokes, I'm just gonna do a half hour of me and my grandmother's favorite songs. And if you guys could grow the up and stop laughing, that'd be great. If I lay beside you, would you listen to me? Would you pull me closer and not let me go? If I laid beside you, if I was inside you, what would the people say? I got a text. It's the results. Oh, thank God. She's not my grandmother. Oh, that song has been so awkward for so long. I was reading this article that 1 in 4 mammals is gonna go extinct and there's nothing we can do about it. What? No! What? Who said that? Me? One in 4 mammals. Learning that, I think the hardest thing is trying to care. Because that was acting. I don't care. It's some tree mole in South America that's gonna go extinct. I've lived 38 years, I've never seen one. I do not need it now. But people get really upset when you talk that way. They're like, Mark, and I'm Mark, by the way. I go, Mark, it is a really delicate ecosystem, okay? If you take away that mole in South America, there's a bird in South America that will only eat that mole. If you take away that mole, that bird will die. So... I'm like, good, that's a picky bird. It deserves to die, right? Like, I'm a mammal. I'm a smart mammal. I had a grocery store down the street from me. I shopped there for years. It closed down. I didn't go, well, I had a good run. No! You find another mole!
When you from the hood, the first thing you thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this white dude? Why is nuts hanging like that?
So if you don't know, here's what the show is. It's just a bunch of funny people telling like 100% true stories. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the funniest women I know, Miss Pat, everybody. Keep it going for Miss Pat.
So I went through the Welfare to Work program through Bill Clinton. And I know most of y'all don't know what the fuck the Welfare to Work program is, but it came out of your paycheck and it helped a bitch out like me. So on this program, I got my GED, got off parole, and got my very first job working at McDonald's. And I'm doing like most people do in my neighborhood when they get their very first job working at McDonald's. I'm stealing $100 a day out of the register. What's wrong? This too real for y'all? So I steal $100 and I just stole it, and it's nobody in the McDonald's with me and the coworker. So I ease the shit in my pocket and I'm just talking to the coworker because ain't nobody in there. And I see this fucking black van circle McDonald's. And you know, when you from the hood, you see a black van circle, the first thing you holler, that either the police or somebody about to shoot your ass. So the van circled twice, and then this white guy get out and he come in and he got this plug in his ear. And I'm like, holy fuck, they done caught me stealing. I'm going back to jail. 2 seconds later, he look around, he say, it's clear, send him in. Now, I tell you, this shit shocked the shit out of me. In walked President Jimmy Carter. I know his face, but I don't know his name, and all I'm looking at, because he got his pants all jacked up and his nutsack hanging over to the side. And when you from the hood, the first thing you thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this white dude? Why is nuts hanging like that? I didn't know his name, but you know, I was like, damn, I think I know him. So he get to the register, and I went to take his order, and Secret Service standing there. And you know, I'm crazy at this time in my life. You know, I just start, doing drive-bys and selling dope and, robbing white people. I'm getting my life back together, white people. Jimmy Carter get to the register, and I do the most ghetto shit ever. I look at Jimmy Carter, and I said, nigga, where the fuck I know you from? Secret Service busts out laughing. I'm standing there with a straight face because this nigga look familiar to me. Jimmy Carter turned pink. He's like, young lady. I'm like, what the fuck you want to eat, nigga? So So he ordered a cheeseburger, a side salad, and a water. By this time, the boy on the grill runner was like, Patricia, that's the president of the United States. I turn around with my ghetto ass and tell my, nigga, I told you I know you. Your cheeseburger free. Y'all, that's my Jimmy Carter story.
Y'all enjoying life? Good, because you could be dead. You could definitely be dead, man. A lot of entertainers dying young. I can't afford that luxury, you know? My fan base isn't big enough. The news came out that comedian Damian Lemon died. I got good friends of mine that'd be like, comedian? Only Damian Lemon I know worked at the Verizon store. Oof, it's terrible. Oh man, getting fat a little bit. Got a little gut. I got fat because I like to eat, you know. I'm a foodie. Any foodies in the building? Couple of y'all, foodies? Yeah. Foodie, you know that's just a euphemism for doing fat people shit. You know that, right? That's, you know, it's a lot of gluttony that gets dismissed under that umbrella of foodie. I don't even like calling it fat people shit, to be honest with you, because I feel like fat people got way more dignity than your average foodie. You know, like, fat people don't need to take a picture of every plate of wings that comes across their path, you know. That's ridiculous. Like, if you stand online for over an hour for any type of pastry, that's fat people shit, you know. It's not that serious. If you watch Man vs. Food and you get upset when he can't complete the challenge, that's fat people shit. You looking at the TV like, come on, fam, it's 16 milkshakes. That's liquid, this is bullshit. If you know what Instagram filter best flatters the butter on your pancakes, that's fat people shit. You need to take it easy. When you're a foodie, you take Yelp real serious too. Yelp becomes your GPS, right? Yelp took all of the risk out of eating out. Remember way back in the days, like 2-3 years ago? When you would go to a restaurant, you know, and if the food was bad, you just took a loss. You and your lady probably angry for the rest of the night or something, you know. Now, with Yelp, you want to go out to eat, you just go online, you get a complete dossier of the restaurant. It give you all types of information, something that you didn't even ask for. You like, oh, okay. Says here, seared scallops are amazing, but it also says the chef beats his wife. Ooh. I don't advocate domestic violence, but I'm starving, you know. It's hard to get a good sear on a scallop, you know? Like, especially the little ones. When you get that sear, it's like butter. Plus, there's a lot of failed novelists on Yelp. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Like, it's no reason a review for a pizza shop should be 7.5 paragraphs long. Like, what's going on? I swear I was reading a review for a pizza shop. The first line said, it was a chilly day for August. What is this? What are you trying to get a book deal? What is this? Said, me and my friend Jeremy were walking through the West Village. Jeremy was feeling rather forlorn because he had just gone through a divorce. What is this? I had to scroll through 3.5 paragraphs of exposition to get one line that says, the pizza was there. This is ridiculous, man. Supposed to go to 3 weddings this year. You can hear the enthusiasm in my voice. You know, I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to have like no love for other people's love. Especially when it affects my budget, you know? You know what I mean? Like when I get a wedding invitation, I don't even get excited. I look at that shit like an invoice. Like, how much is this gonna cost? This is ridiculous. You know, because people don't get regular married no more. Remember back in the days, people used to get married at the local church in town, somewhere you could go to by car. That's played out now. Like everybody wants to have a destination wedding, get married in some far off exotic location, and they want you to come. You know, because you're a friend, and this is a real life friendship appraisal. Like I got friends of mine that have never traveled no further than Atlanta, but they want to get married in Antigua. And you gotta be there, you know? So then you out there with an attitude, barefoot, in the hot ass sand, moving from side to side, like, yo, I'm here. I told you I was your friend. You beefing with the couple in the back. You know, I paid $1,500 to come to this. This is the third one. I didn't even meet the second wife. This is a
I feel sorry for these ghetto kids. That's why, you know, Planned Parenthood, you know, they was trying to take that away. Please keep it. Because everybody shouldn't be having babies. And I'll be on TV and say this. I don't care who gets mad at me. Real talk. Yeah. Everybody shouldn't be having no damn babies. Especially hood rats. They are terrible mothers. I don't give, put me, just quote it. I don't care who gets mad. Hood rats are bad mothers. They really are. They make their kids grow up too damn fast. You ever talk to a little ghetto ass kid, like 2? Very articulate, because he don't, that's the only way he get things done. How you doing, brother? Could you change me? Damn, how old are you? I'm 2, sir. I don't know what my mother is. I'm sick of raising myself. Now, damn, you mature. They be talking to their kids like they grown, like it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, why your nose running? Ugh. I don't know, maybe because I'm 2. I don't know how to do that. I saw some kids with a little squishy thing that stuff come out, and you're not doing that for me. You don't want your kids going to a daycare with a bunch of hood rats, kids. Let me tell you how you know you're walking in a bad daycare. When you walk in there, you see nothing but car seats lined up. Let me tell you why. Those kids are just getting dropped off, and they don't know who's picking them up. I like how white people awing. It's the truth. Y'all better stop awing and do something about it. It's the truth. The kids get dropped off. You know how strong a little boy got to be to hold his own car seat? You 3 years old. All right, mama, take care. The school not even open yet. He just chilling. Hey, she must have had a job interview or something. Golly. He know hey, Marvin, I'm outside. He know the janitor name. Marvin, little Larry here. Can you open the door, please? Little boy strong as hell holding his own car seat. You gotta learn how to do stuff on his own. He's signing himself out. He can't even read yet, but he don't know who's picking him up. All right, let me get up out of here. All right. Are you here for little Larry? No? Damn, y'all got some white out? I already signed out. Checking his own little daycare box. Boy, like, I need some wipes. I'm just playing. That's terrible. Well, look, I'll take it too. I'm gonna tell you what happened then, all right? Look, I went to pick my kids up one day, right? And it was one little boy left. And I guess he was tired. He's like, look here, brother. I can tell you're a real good parent, and I've been waiting on you. I'm locking up. The teacher left. I'm like, the teacher left? Yeah, it's part of my work study. That's the only way I could be here. You got work study at daycare? Yes, work study. That's the only way I could be here, sir. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, can I get a lift? I don't know who's picking me up. I changed your kids. Well, how the hell you changed my kids? I did it, sir. I have brothers and sisters at home that I take care of. You 3. It doesn't matter, sir. I'm very mature. He done dug in his diaper. Look, I got $5, sir. Here's a little gas money for you. You don't have to do anything. I'm strong as hell. I carry my own car seat. You ain't got to do a damn thing, sir. You hear me? I set it up myself and everything. I'm like, come on now. You gonna set up your own car seat? He's like, yes, sir. Yes, I will. And that's why I gave him a ride, because I wanted to see it. I'm like, all right. So we walked to the car. I'm gonna show you exactly. And he was talking to himself while he's doing it. Like, it was so funny. He's like, okay, here we go. Ooh, you know, because sometimes y'all put us in here and the seatbelt still be loose, but you guys don't get it. Okay, it's tight. All right. Okay, me. Make a left. So look, I drop him off, right? I can't make this up. I drop him off. You take it off. Okay. Take care, brother. You are a good man of God. You know that? You are a blessing. So look, I didn't pull off because I wanted to make sure he got in the house safe, but he had an attitude. He got on the porch. Hey, everybody. Hey, little Larry is home. I'm sick of this mess. Okay? Y'all watch the Love and Hip Hop reunion every day. You forgot to pick me up. I'm sick of this. Just for that, I'm cutting everything off. They didn't put everything in his name. I'm cutting everything off. The lights, the gas, the cable is all off. How you like those apples? I just grew my hair and I'm losing it again.
Drugs are dope, man. I think we can all agree with that. Drugs are tight, right? Yeah. Some of the coolest things that have ever happened in the world happened because of drugs, because someone was high on drugs. And I say all that, and I don't even do drugs. I don't do anything. I swear, I don't smoke weed. Heroin gives me tummy aches. I don't do anything. I have a very sensitive stomach to heroin. I got the allergy you always read about. I'm always at restaurants like, hey, I hate to be that guy. But is there any heroin in the Caesar salad? I can't take it. I'll get the shakes. I'll steal my mom's TV. I can't do it again. Never did drugs. Even as a kid, I was like a square kid. Sometimes I feel like the only kid who fell for the DARE campaign. Y'all remember they have the kids on TV? Like, you gross marijuana. That stuff's illegal. And then we were supposed to believe that kid had sex ever again. You know what I mean? Women don't have sex with snitches. They don't. I'm not like an expert on girls. I don't pretend to be, but I've never heard a girl say this out loud like, hey, you know what turns me on? A guy who calls the police for noise violations. Tuck in that t-shirt, daddy. Play that clarinet. Those DARE commercials used to be wild, right? I remember one, this was the worst. They had one with a talking dog. Y'all remember that one? The girl, if you don't remember this girl, she gets super high on marijuana and then her dog starts talking to her, right? And her dog starts saying some pretty real shit. Like her dog basically says, look, ever since you started doing drugs, our relationship has changed. You're not the same person you used to be. I just wish we could go back to what we had. And I remember watching that commercial and thinking to myself, why is this dog talking like that? Right? Why is this dog talking like the deep voice dude in Boys to Men? Right? What? The dog? That's not a dog. I had a dog. If my dog could talk, she would just mostly be like, hey, who's at the door? I love you. Who's at the door? You cooking? Who's at the door? All right, I'm gonna go eat your roommate's tampons. I don't know why I do it. I just do it. I'm not a sophisticated animal. I certainly can't tell changes in your behavior. Who is at the door? The worst. This was the worst. When they started targeting DARE commercials specifically at black people. Perhaps this predominantly white audience also remembers that. They do the same thing with all of our commercials. Y'all know it. They add hip hop. That's always our commercial. It's the same commercial y'all get, but then there's a motherfucker breakdancing. Like crack, hell no, dog, not no more. And it's so condescending, and I hate it, because here's why. Because it presumes that all black people are the same. That we're just this homogenous group that's easily enticed by hip hop, and we're not. We're as diverse and complicated as any of you. Look, one of my favorite things to do in the world, absolute favorite things to do in the world, I like to get myself a medium cup of frozen yogurt, right? Medium cup, I'm not greedy. A medium cup of frozen yogurt, and I like to sit at home and I watch YouTube videos of people getting engaged. Thank you. That's my shit. I do it for hours. Hours of just eating yogurt and having a nice cry and enjoying love happening. Afterwards, I'll like look myself in the mirror and I'll be like, yo, son, you a real ass nigga. And that's not in those commercials. Wipe your tears, dog. We good. We got a big day ahead of us. There used to be this one dairy commercial, right, with this little black girl, and she's reading, this is like a black dairy commercial meant to keep us away from drugs. She's in the streets of New York, and she's reading this hardcore spoken word poem, right? It's meant to scare us away, and she's walking around New York like, this is Trey. This is Crew. Here he is, what he do? Only listens, never plays, never think, never says what he wants or what he needs. Just sit right there and smoke that weed. I wonder if he'll ever leave. Word. As if a bunch of niggas was gonna be sitting back like, hey, you know what? This little rhyming bitch is right. Maybe we should go to college. Feels like 100 years of systemic racism have been lifted off my shoulders. Thank you, little rhyming bitch. Thank you. So fucked up, man. You know why? Because if you really listen to that poem, Trey's not bothering anybody. He's harmless. He's not hurting. He's sitting and chilling on his own property, smoking what is now a recreational drug. He's a little lazy, but he ain't hurting nobody, right? But that's how they do us, man. They make us monsters when we ain't really monsters. And you want to scare me away from drugs? Show me someone committing a real crime. Some shit that really fucks up the world, right? Like, this is Chaz. Chaz Insider Trades. Stealing homes from poor people on the New York Stock Exchange. Also, Chaz is high as fuck right now. He does a lot of cocaine in the bathroom at work. We would fire him, but you know, his dad. You get it. Word.
You guys remember in the 90s when you could just win an argument with a lie? Good times. You could just BS your way through a conversation and no one could say anything. They would just be like, I guess he's telling the truth. I am not going to the library to look that up. And if a debate ever got really heated in the 90s and people wanted to find out if you were telling the truth, they would just be like, do you swear to God? And if you did swear to God, it was the ultimate affirmation. Everyone would be like, relax, we believe you now. No way you'd bring God into this if you're lying through your teeth. That's so much harder now. You fast forward to the present day, you say anything remotely crazy, your friend's already on his cell phone going, keep talking, dude. That sounds suspect. I'm about to prove you wrong instantly in front of all these people at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's tougher to lie now. You can still do it. You just gotta use other stuff to back you up. Like, for instance, if I told you something like, did you guys know that the longest beaver dam on the planet is 2,800 feet long? And that's roughly the distance of the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was built by a single beaver that was given cocaine over the period of 1 year by the students at the University of Arizona. Some of you might be skeptical, but before you could get too skeptical, I'd be like, well, if you don't believe me, then Google me, bitch. And then everyone would be like, relax, we believe you now. No way you'd bring Google into this if you're lying through your teeth. I like the future. People don't even drink coffee anymore. Everyone's on the energy drink kick, which I don't understand. Because energy drinks don't seem safe to me. I get coffee, that's a bean, it grows. Thank you so much, Earth. Man, you did a real good job on that. Where are they growing the stuff in the energy drink at? It doesn't even seem growable. I can't pronounce the ingredients. I'm just gonna have to assume you're cooking it up in a meth lab in Mississippi. Right? I poured an energy drink into a glass recently. It looked like some stuff that could turn a regular turtle into a ninja turtle. Why is this stuff glowing? I ain't trying to be a ninja turtle. Energy drinks seem so dangerous, in fact, that I bet in 2040, they're gonna have to run commercials on TV that are like, did you, a loved one, or someone you know, drink an energy drink or a supplement in the early 21st century and now shake uncontrollably? Because if you did, you're gonna need to call the law offices of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Commercials are funny sometimes. I saw a commercial recently where I was like, hey, how'd that get on TV? Aren't there checks and balances for these types of things? It was for a detergent company. You know what their brilliant idea for a commercial was? To have a guy pull up to a kid's soccer game in a van, which is a pretty bad start. And in the side of his van, he has a washer and a dryer, right? And he gets out of the van, he starts collecting all the little kids there, and he's like, hey, little kid, you got a grass stain in your shirt. Take it off. I'm gonna wash it in the side of my van. And I was just thinking, really? I thought we were trying to stop pedophiles, not give them the best idea ever. Like, how confused would you be if you're this kid's father and he came home from a soccer game in a really clean uniform? You'd just be like, hey, Jimmy, did you get to play? He'd be like, yeah, Dad, I played the whole game. But why is your uniform so clean? Well, Dad, there was a man in a van and he told me to get naked. But at least he was at the fucking game, Dad. Thanks a lot, I'm Billy Bono.
I got black tested the other day, which is obnoxious because my blackness is constantly under investigation because black people can't tell where I'm from based on the way that I speak, so I'm constantly trying to prove myself. Just like, excuse me, brother, yeah. Can you name 2 of the 3 elements used in the band name Earth, Wind, and Fire? Earth and Wind, okay. Malcolm X's birth name. Malcolm Little. All right, finish this lyric. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Okay. Will you hide this for a month? No, correct, just a week. It's because black people all have different definitions of blackness. And we'll all never agree on what that is, but we all think our version should be the version. And this is why black people constantly black test each other, you know? And I'll give you the telltale signs of like 2 black strangers talking, having a black test. Like it might be in a place where you run into strangers, you know, a DMV, grocery store. One black person will be telling a story, monopolizing the conversation. Something like, and then I'll stab that Smurfy mother, which, to be fair, is a good story. I mean, it's got a clear beginning, a middle, and an end. I'll stab that Smurfy mother with the shiv I carved on an old television remote control. Wow, is that Hemingway? And the other black person, while listening to that story, will ask a series of follow-up questions that reveal what kind of black person they are. Like one black person would be like, what? Why would you? Why? Do you love pizza? So do I. I love pizza. Perhaps that person loved pizza. Why would you hurt someone that loves what you love? That's one kind of black person. Another kind of black person would be like, should have stabbed his ass twice. And then laugh way too long with their mouth way too open. Like a fly can go in there. And then a third black person would be like, well, they won't say anything, they'll just stab the person that was talking. They don't, doesn't matter where they are, who's watching, they just drop them to the ground. And they're like, that's how you take care of Biz. I'm sorry, your name's not Biz? Well, there's been a horrible mistake, but no regrets. Pound it, lock it, throw away the key. And the reason I bring up this black existential crisis is Because someone recently asked me if I use the N-word in my life, and I'm like, I never say never, 3D. But no, I was like, hey, thanks for asking, bearded white man at this party. Now I regret going outside. Usually I don't say it because it makes my grandmother's ghost cry. Also, you should have said the N-word instead of saying the N-word. That's not true. I do use it sometimes. Like, I'll use it if I'm talking to a black person I know I will never see again. They drop it into the conversation, and then I gotta pass this pop quiz that I obviously studied for. Like, I was at a grocery store recently, trolling for breakfast cereal is my one true weakness. I walk around the corner, this black dude, right, my age, janitor, cleaning up glass and jelly because someone felt like knocking over Smuckers that day. And let me add that he was not doing a good job. He was just mopping it in a circle, as if to say, the pinker this becomes, the cleaner this becomes. No one will see the glass. That's the point of it. And I walk around the corner and he saw me, like his eyes lit up, right? And he thought he had a chance to relate, to commiserate with somebody. And he perked up and I walked towards him. He's like, hey, brother. Niggas got me down. Niggas got me down. And then he stared and I was like, my turn. And you gotta be pitch perfect. It's all about authenticity. Falseness can be sniffed out, right? So I didn't break that eye contact. I held it. I cocked my head, did that Denzel Washington thing to my nose, and I was like, niggas ain't shit. And then I was out. And I can tell by his face he had many more questions. Like, huh? And what? And why do I feel so alive? Because that's what I do. I stab you with my brain shiv that I carved out of cultural stereotypes. What? God be with ye.
You look like a room full of profile pictures. Perfectly cropped. I don't know what filter y'all are wearing. Y'all got a nice hue about you. I appreciate that. Because, you know, when you say someone looks like their profile picture, that's a compliment. Because a profile picture, that's our best swing in the photography department. That's the best picture you've taken in the last 10 to 15 years. I love the profile picture because you could always tell somebody's problem areas. Because they always crop out their bullshit. Have you noticed that? If they got a messed up haircut, their picture starts right at the eyebrow and makes its way down. If they ain't been on their crunches, it's getting a little loosey-goosey downstairs, chin, a lot of ceiling. A lot of architecture. Is that stained glass back there? That's a beautiful home. Where is that? What area code? And if they're ugly, just the eyes. Have you seen that one? With just the eyes. Did I get a friend request from a ninja? Who are you, eyeballs? There's too many old people on Facebook. Can we just say that? Can we just put that out there? It's too many. Remember when it was just for us and our college friends? Now it's all, they just keep on coming. They're like the illegal aliens of the internet. These old people, we need to put up a wall or some trivia. Something. Who's Lil Wayne? You don't know, then you don't fucking log on, okay? This is young people's town. Which one of these is not a dance? You know, just something. I got a friend request from my grandfather. I was like, no. Like, I'll see you at grandma's house. I don't want to see no old people post like, just finished watching MASH. Like, I don't want to see that. About to Wheel of Fortune and chill, you know, with my old lady. Just woke up from a nap, praise God. Like, just woke up from a nap again. I'm on a streak. Like, I don't want to see that. Listen, here's my thing. Old or young, if you're gonna be on social media, you gotta understand the rules, the guidelines. Like simple stuff, like the difference between wall talk and inbox talk. When to slide up in the DMs and when to make it public. It's very simple. Like wall talk, that's that general stuff. Hey, how you doing? Saw the feed, happy birthday. Want to go to James Davis Comedy Show? Something all the internet can see and you can breathe easy. Inbox is that nasty stuff that no one should ever know about. That's why I sent a box. Like, this is an inbox message I may have sent the other day. Hey, baby girl, I had a daydream about you. You were butt naked. I put some Lowry's seasoning salt on your ass and licked it off for a midday snack. Send. That's how I send my DMs. Get out there. Wi-Fi, do your thing. Now listen, some of y'all are laughing and others are troubled. But guess what? That was between me and the freak I sent it to. And where was it? In a box. For no one else to see. But you can't confuse the two. I remember I went to a house party. Some things went down. It was amazing. The next day, my boy writes on my wall, "Old girl from last night. Did you hit that?" On my wall. In my public space. For my aunts and uncles to see. Now the whole feed thinks I'm hoeing. And then my grandpa goes, likes this. I don't need that. I don't need that drama, yo. Nah. It's funny, but it's not.
Thanks for having me here, Hawaii. I appreciate that. My name is Vladimir. I know I look more like a Jose. Saw the confusion on your face. This guy looks like a Carlos. I don't know. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Thank you. It's good to be here, man. I come from a very rough neighborhood, man. Very rough. You can tell you come from a rough neighborhood because nobody calls you by your real name in public, right? That's why thugs are horrible in court. You ever see a thug in court? It's a complete circus. I feel bad for the prosecutor, you know, he's trying to build his case. He's like, so Tyrone, tell us where you were the night of January 19th. Tyrone is standing there. Well, basically, it was me and my man Plat Al. Came through with boom, boom, and then and that's what happened. Had a bit of a racist moment last week. I went to go buy a car, right? And I walk in the lot. The dealer sees me. This is what he says when I walk in. He goes, "Hey, the used Honda Civics are back here. Do me a favor, stop looking at dream cars. Get out of there!" He said, "Listen, I got a car with your name all over it. What do you got?" "I got a 93 Honda Civic. It's got tinted windows. It's got a nice little Puerto Rican flag on the side. And it's got 2 baby seats right in the back. Come get it!" At first I was pissed, you know, because I went to college, I have good credit. But then I followed him because I wanted a Civic. Now, but I love living in the Bronx. It's just like, you know, the other sign you live in an impoverished neighborhood is the ATM, right? You ever go somewhere nice, they have name brand ATM? You ever notice this? You ever go somewhere poor, the ATM is outside. There's no name brand, it just says ATM. It's a flickering light, all you see is AT. For some reason, the keypad is always wet. You put the wrong PIN number and it still goes through. The debit card doesn't even want to go in the machine. The debit card says, "You gonna put me in here? You're not gonna put a condom on me?" Debit card comes out coughing. "Ah! I think I lost my CVV code in there." And then you don't even get regular money. You ever go to a nice neighborhood? You get $20 bills. And the money comes out crisp. It smells like opportunity. Poor neighborhood, the machine gives you 5s and 10s. The machine is programmed with low expectations. At the factory, they have a meeting about it. Like, where's that going? The Bronx? All right, do me a favor. Put a couple $1 bills, a couple loose cigarettes in a Metro card. Put it in there, give them what they like. Do me a favor, make it look like a junk drawer. I want to see some rubber bands, a couple soy sauce packets. And when the money comes out, make sure it's crumpled up. Crumple it up! And write some random phone numbers on the money. They like that in those neighborhoods. It's my firm belief that every ATM machine in America should come with an old black woman right next to it. Just right next to it to cheer you up. You know, you get your receipt, you see that low balance, like, oh God, she comes up right behind you. It's gonna be all right, baby. We gonna make it through. Go on and grab that soy sauce packet. Guys, you've been more than great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.